Well, guys, it's the afternoon of November 27th, and we're still in southwest Michigan on state land. Didn't see much pressure this morning, and didn't see any deer either. We went and grabbed lunch around 11:30, and we got back, to where we wanted to be right at about 11:45 or noon. And as we're pulling in, 5 cars pulled in behind us. All of them were packed at least 2 and 3 to a vehicle, and they're going to do a Michigan deer drive. We went ahead and elected to go back kind of where we wanted. We weren't going to go as deep or we weren't going to do it this way. Instead, we got back here kind of where we thought they're going to filter back here. Hopefully it works. We're kind of set up on this ridge looking down between 2 swamps. So those guys are back behind us. The wind is pushing this way.
Dude, I think there's something coming through the swamp.
Should be good.
Yeah. Just be ready, dude. Oh, I see it. I can't tell what it is. Dude, that almost looks like a buck. No. Okay. Just a sec. I got one more tree. Okay, I'm good. I'm on her whenever. It's a spike. Going behind a tree right now. Did you see when I made that sound? He fucking turned inside out. As soon as I did that sound, he turned around and I pulled the trigger. And right where the crosshair was when that went off was about 3rd rib from the back. He was quartering away, turning when it went off. I didn't hear him crash, but he made a hell of a lot of noise, but I know. That's the big motherfucker they're talking about. I had a good bite. I saw. And I saw fucking 2 spikes. I was waiting for you to tell me, but he was moving at such a good rate. I could have shot a couple of different spots. But do you think he bumped him? No, that deer wasn't alert. And it was once I said something. I think right there is brush and stuff in there. Right there? I swear I shot him right there. Well, but yeah, from your angle though. We'll look back at the video. No. That's when you're like, it's a buck, it's a spike. And I was like, I don't care. And of course the GoPro caught all that.
Hey guys, no matter what, we're gonna air this video because shit happens, and today has been a whole thing, and that's an understatement.
Yeah.
You'd have to be here to experience it. Moments ago, we had a little buck, and it's a little buck,
Decent body.
good body, and it's good meat. And I was just talking about how even more than anything, I want some fresh burger. I'm almost out of venison, and here it is November 27th. I don't have a deer down. Time off is limited with work. So we have a little one coming right in. I think he was about 60 yards. I stop him, and for some reason when I go, meh, I let it way too long. And if you hear it in the video, you're going to say, what the hell is he doing? I don't know. It just got stuck in my throat. Adrenaline's going. I'm holding in, you know, a bowel movement that I've been sitting on all day. It's killing me. So that happened. We get down to look at the shot. We find tufts of fur. There's some that's white, and there's some that's brown. So don't know whether you hit him high or low. But as soon as I did that mat in my scope, before I pulled the trigger, his whole body dropped and shifted. The last thing I saw was my crosshair right on his side and him quartering away and preloading to turn. So we've been on this trail. We didn't find a drop of blood. We've been
Almost
on this,
100. Well, 80 yards?
We're pushing 80 yards now. And Clay and I are just talking, and I'm like, well, maybe this, you know, he's talking about this is a 44 mag. He's hammered some deer with it, and we know that this hammers deer. And I said, well, it's maybe possible. And I literally just said this. I said, maybe it's possible we didn't get blood with this deer, but we're going to find him 30 yards away. No sooner than I said that, I turned around, and there's blood at my feet. And we hadn't seen a drop of blood. And so now, Clay can pan on it and get on it. We've got blood spraying. So it's possible I hit this deer. It's very possible I got this deer. But one thing that you got to do is give your due diligence every time you're looking for these deer, because
we could have easily walked out.
We could have easily walked out. I mean, we got
up.
another round chambered. Guys across the creek are shooting. It's very easy for us to say, man, I just found hair, didn't find blood, I missed that deer. And yeah, we've got video footage to play back, but it's shaky, it's freehand. You don't know what you're going to get. But this is why you do it. And this was complete luck that we found what we did. And we're going to keep following it. Hopefully we get on one. I don't know, but stick with it and let's see.
Hopefully it's right on the other side of the brush.
Blood here.
Just a little. Any bubbles?
I see a little bit. Yeah, a little bit of bubbles. Somehow I squeezed through that. Jeez. Oh, look at this, all coated in blood.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So he's definitely hurt.
Yep.
I don't know if I'll be able to pick that up on camera. It's a little dark, but
this is the kind of blood. Right now we're probably 120 yards into track. And like I said, we had no blood to start. First 80 yards, there wasn't a speck. And the one drop I found was smaller than your pinky. And we were just talking, you know, just for the heck of it. And I said, hey, what if we didn't get blood right away? Let's follow it through. And that's what we did. We started doing deer trails. Clay actually found spots of fresh mud kicked up on these reeds here. And we thought, well, a guy had just gone through here pushing maybe 2 hours ago. So it's possible that guy did it, but it's possible the deer did. And if you got any sign or inkling, you need to go back and watch the video, if you video. If not, you just need to exhaust all
just
effort.
take your time.
Yeah.
Don't just look over one spot and then leave.
No, right now.
Because we got blood. I don't know if I'll be able to get this, but there's blood all over these reeds.
And this is something I personally know people that would have given up on this trail, and I would hear about this story at work tomorrow, and they would say, oh man, I shot a deer, found a little hair, I just nicked it. I don't know. I was ready to tell that same story.
Another dead head.
Do that. Yeah, just another dead deer you're going to find in the spring, and you're going to blame on a poacher. You're going to blame it on the coyotes. You're going to say, man, EHD, CWD's hitting hard. And in reality, it's just people giving up too soon. So stick with it. We're going to stick with it. Hopefully we get it.
Yeah, it's really pumping out of them now, and that's good bright red bubbles.
Creeping over the edge here, we're losing a little bit of hope, and I see a butt right here, so let's go check him out.
Couldn't it go down a 2-track, huh? Something where you could easily get something through.
Okay, careful. That knew he turned and whirled.
Yeah. That's a cool spike.
Secure.
Watch it so he doesn't knock it.
No. Hey guys, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I knew the second I pulled that trigger, and it wasn't a predetermined thing, I knew that that shot was weird because the way he reacted. The second I went, man, he looked, snapped, and turned. And I knew, I told my brother, my crosshairs were, I thought about the third rib from the last, back here, mid-body. And it's actually just a touch further than that, if you look at him, which means the exit should be up front.
Did he get a pass through?
I did get a pass-through right here, and that's
All liver.
about four from the last rib. So that is one of those things. It doesn't matter what gun you're using. A 44 mag, you're going to say that's going to drop the deer on the spot. You're going to have blood trails like crazy. That's true. We had an awesome blood trail to follow once we found blood, but it took due diligence to find this. And it's going to take a lot more due diligence to get this thing out of here, because we're in the middle of nowhere. There's still gun season going on all around us. We might get shot at while we're doing this, but we're going to drop some pins. We're going to go back to the truck.
Get him tagged?
Oh, I'm going to get them tagged real quick. We're going to drop pins and go back to the truck and drop packs, and we're going to get our meat hauling pack, and we're going to quarter him up and hike him out tonight. So should be a good time. You can knock it all you want for these antlers. It's been a long time since I've shot a spike. But
I think it looks
that's
sweet.
kind of a cool spike.
That's
actually.
a sweet spike.
And this is Michigan deer hunting. When we pulled into this spot today, we went and got McDonald's at lunch, and we're booking it to get back out here, and we're seeing all kinds of cars pulling off. We pull into this spot, I told my brother, where I always see deer, and I was like, this is going to be great. We're going to walk this logging trail back in there. It's going to be perfect. As we're putting up the tailgate and doing our last things to take off, 5 cars pulled in behind us, and they were the definition of Michigan hunters. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean in respectful, but also...
Noon on a Black Friday, get out of bed.
It's very descriptive in what you imagine Michigan gun hunters. They all rolled up, shotguns just rolling around, nothing in cases. There were a few that seemed intoxicated. They did express to us that they were going to push this. And so we hauled butt to get back to a deeper spot where I thought we had a good vantage point to see. Maybe an hour and a half after we were sitting there, I did see one doe far off. But we heard multiple shots, and we didn't think anything of it really after that. And then a little while later, we had actually a guy come through maybe 80 to 100 yards from us, yelling and hollering, trying to push deer from the other way. And we just sat tight. And you could have called it a hunt at that point and said, my hunt's ruined. You could have left. We could have done whatever. We talked about it. But, you don't know what to expect. And then, sure enough, this guy comes in. I honestly have not really had shots at deer this year. I haven't been out much at all, and I don't know that I will be out much at all. But I do know that when I pulled 2 pounds of burger out of my freezer last night, I only had about 3 pounds left. So I was already talking to my wife about grinding up a bunch of my roast that I have in there. So told my brother if I shot one today, it's all getting ground to burger. So I don't care what he's got on his head.
Perfect one for it.
I don't care what he's got on his head. That's going to make a sweet coat hook. So get him tagged up. We'll get him home. It's going to be a late night with lots of Red Bulls and dips.
Yeah.